Just that, hey, Cheyenne, just that Rockets pack. This that Rockets pack right here, you know what I'm talking about? I'm on that Rockets pack, you know what I mean? The Rockettes. Yeah. Snax on Sports, I'm back with another one. What y'all on, gang? Cheyenne, what it do? Wardell is still the Rockets' daddy. Always and forever will be. Always and forever will be the Rockets' daddy. Yes, that me. Yeah, just like Draymond said tonight. Because, you know, Fred Van Vleet want to say, oh, this ain't that same team. This ain't that same team, you know, from the Harden, days, and all that. But Draymond said, it may not be the same team, but it's damn sure the same organization. And we feel right mighty at home right here in Houston at the Toyota Center. Yeah, we feel right at home, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Home away from home, bitch. Where are the LeBron fanboys hiding at? They wanted Curry to choke another 3-1 lead so bad for the past 2 days. They was like, yeah, 3-1 lead. Hey, man. Hey, Cheyenne, it's like this with me. I wasn't tripping either way. You know what I mean? I wasn't tripping either way. I was so disappointed after game 6. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I came back down to reality and realized that I didn't have this team winning the championship this year anyway. You know what I mean? Shit, I'm happy with the 4 championships they done gave me. So that's how I felt right after the game, right? Then the next day, yesterday, I'm starting to hear all the talk. I always get amped up by hearing the talk of media and fans, and everybody was like, yesterday was Saturday. It was just gloom and doom on 95.7 The Game. You know what I mean? On the radio, sports talk radio. It was just doom and gloom. Like, oh, all the fans calling in and this and that and and this. And after 4 games, Steve Kerr was, hey, he the greatest coach in the world. You know what I'm saying? After game 6, get him out of here. Hit the pike. You know what I'm saying? So that should just be funny. And so I'm hearing this shit. I'm like, yeah. They talking about, yeah, the Rockets figured something out. Man, they ain't figured shit out, man. They won the last 2 games. That's all that happened, bro. They ain't figured nothing out. You feel me? But as it got closer and closer to the game, I was like, you know what? This the motherfucking Golden State Warriors. Game 7. We finna win this motherfucker. It's just during that game, during game 6 and right after the game, when you look at everything that had happened, it's just like, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel like it was going to end well. You got to think, we had a 3-1 lead. They walked us down 1-2 in a row to tie it up 3-3, but that game 6 loss was just like, it was just deflating. You know what I mean? It was like, what are you guys doing, bro? You guys got a chance to close the game, close this series out at home and move on to the next round. And you're out here lollygagging around, bro. Letting this team gain confidence and you know, Steven Adams, you know what I mean, played like motherfucking Incredible Hulk in game 6. I said, well, damn. You know what I mean? And just hearing the talk of people making it seem like, it's like, bro, we was just up 3-1. Okay, then they won 2 in a row. Now it's just like people was talking like they up 3-0 or something. You know what I'm saying? A Sean 21 official said, "Where are you from? Bay Area, California, East Palo Alto, California to be exact. You know what I'm talking about? G-Town. You know what I'm saying? Raw. You feel me? But yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the Warriors are going to be able to do. How are they going to do? And the closer and closer that it got to game time, I was just like, the Warriors gonna fucking win this game, bro. Like they just gonna win. But hold on. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, hold on. I had to tell these motherfuckers on Facebook and on Twitter, like, hold on, bro. You motherfuckers really thought we was getting ready to lose to the Whoston Rockettes? The Rockettes? Come on, man. We wasn't never getting ready to lose to them, bro. At all, bro. That was just, we let them walk us down, my nigga. Y'all really thought we was getting ready to lose to them? Come on, man. Come on, man. We wasn't never getting ready to lose to them, bro. The Warriors just, they do this. They lollygag, they get up, they get to celebrating early, and then they, you know what I mean? But look how they played tonight. Look how the Warriors played tonight. 7 turnovers in the whole game. Look how they play when they're focused and poised. They play how they're supposed to play. 7 turnovers. I'm telling you right now, if the Warriors could find a way to average single-digit turnovers for the remainder of the playoffs, 10, 9 turnovers or less, they're going to win the championship. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? All the Warriors got to do is not turn the ball over. They will win every fucking game they play. Except for the games like game fucking 5 of this series where they just didn't fucking show up. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. Fluxy said, hello, what's going on, Fluxy? Houston 81 was my chin such an what? You were not. This was a 50-50 game for both teams in game 7. I never thought it took Looney to neutralize Adams. Yeah, Looney, I was kind of, thinking like, come on, Steve Kerr, throw Looney out there, man. We need some rebounds, man. I know, he's not as strong as like Adams and shit, but I mean, he can get some rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, great win. Great win, man. Big win. You know what I mean? And it just goes to show fans get all riled up and get all worried about this and about that. When we lost the play-in game to the Clippers and had to play the Rockets in the 7-8 seed playing game, everybody, we got to play this extra game and the rest and, all of this and all of that, and all that matters is you win the play-in game, you get to the playoffs. The fact that you had to play one extra game don't even matter no more. Okay. Same way with this, game right here, okay? Sure, we wanted to win it in 5 or 6 games or maybe even sweep them, okay? But the fact that it went to 7 games and we ultimately won the series, that's all that matters, bro. The first team to 4 advance, move on. That's it. We're moving on to the second round to play the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like I said, we would have loved to win the series in 5 games. But this shit ain't supposed to be easy, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? The Rockets were the 2 seed. They were the 2 seed. So I'm just saying, Ime Udoka is a great coach. Ime Udoka, top 3 coach in the league. Oh, my mama. Cheyenne said I had to call out on Steve Kerr for the past 2 games with his BS. 3 guard rotations against their 3 bigs. Finally, Kerr woke up and played both Kaminga and Looney. Yeah, I mean, like I've always said, Cheyenne, you know how I feel about Steve Kerr. I love him. You know, I'm gonna always trust what he do. But like I said, he's not above criticism. You know what I mean? He definitely is not above criticism. You know what I'm saying? But you know how I am. For me, I look at games 5 and game 6. I'm looking right at the players. I'm looking right at Steph Curry in general. Those 2 games, like, bro, Steph Curry didn't play well. So, you know what I mean? I'm looking at Steph like, what's up, bro? Come on, man. It's the playoffs, man. Come on now. You had 2-3 games in a row now. We ain't seen you since like game 4, game 3. Where you at? You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, Steve Kerr ain't above criticism, man. You know what I mean? I already know the fan base is definitely gonna have some smoke for him. Steve Kerr is just, you know how I am, Cheyenne. I just hate that when the team wins, the players get all the credit, but when the team lose, the coach get all the credit. That doesn't make sense to me. I just don't see, you know, and I'm hearing, you know, after game 6, you know, they talk about Steve Kerr. I hear what you're saying right there, Cheyenne. The stuff that I don't like is like, you know, like I said, yesterday I'm listening to Sports Talk Radio here locally in the Bay Area, and you know what I'm saying? They calling in talking about Steve Kerr and, you know, mentioning rotations, but then mentioning, like, saying Steve Kerr is not doing anything to get Steph Curry going or get Steph Curry open or free him up or this and that and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, listen, like, this guy, Steph Curry, is widely known as being a top 10 player of all time. Some people got him top 5 already. Okay? A coach can only do so much. So I say that to say, if you're supposed to be this all-time great player, still one of the top 5 players in the league right now, I would say, you know what I'm saying? If you're that, but me as a head coach, I need to scheme you open. I need to, I need to draw up some shit to manufacture for you to get open and score and all that other shit. No, like what the caller was saying, it's more on Steph Curry to get himself going than on Steve Kerr. That's just facts. Like, otherwise, if I gotta do all the scheming and scheme you open and scheme you success, why the fuck you getting paid 60 million and I'm getting 15? I need to get 60 million in, and you need to get 15. I mean, come on now. That's all I be saying, bro. Like, it's not, it's more on, yes. It's Steve Kerr's job to help assist in that. And we all, I mean, come on, ever since, I mean, Steve Kerr has done that. When Steve Kerr came over here in 2014, Steph Curry went from a all-star level player to an MVP level player. Those are 2 different things. Fluxy says, how are you, bro? What's going on, Fluxy? I'm all right. Yeah, so Steve Kerr, you know, I know we used to it now because it's been 10, 11, 12 years, but Steve Kerr helped enhance Steph Curry's game. That cannot be that cannot be disputed or debated. You know what I'm saying? It's just facts. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's more on Curry to get himself going rather than it's on Steve Kerr to get Curry going. Otherwise, why the fuck are you an all-time great player? Cooled Raptor, what's going on, Cooled Raptor? You know what I'm saying? We in this motherfucker, man, real celebratory, you know what I mean? Right now, after my Warriors just got through bopping the Whoston Rockettes on top of the head. You feel me? But yeah, nah, man, it was a great series. Rockets pushed us to the brink. Probably still should have won the series in 5 or 6 games, but nonetheless, they got the victory. And man, much love to Ime Udoka. Great coach, man. Great fucking coach. Fred Van Vleet turned it on late in the series. Early in the series, he couldn't hit the side of a barn. Late in the series, he couldn't miss. You know what I'm saying? So, he did his thing. You know what I mean? He'll learn from this and get better. He didn't have a good series. He had that one good game, but every other game, he was basically in single digits. You know what I mean? But he'll learn from it. I ain't worried about him. Dillon Brooks was everything that we thought he would be. You know what I'm saying? Dillon Brooks has improved his offensive game definitely over the past few years. And I like Dillon Brooks. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I don't like him when he's going against my team. But any other team he playing for, I like Dillon Brooks. You know what I'm saying? I can't even front. Cooled Raptor 279 said, what about the 49ers? What about them? I need the Warriors to beat, Cheyenne said, I need the Warriors to beat the Wolves so we can stick it straight to the LeBron sectionals that LeBron couldn't beat them. Oh, for sure. Regardless, I'm going to stick him to him anyway. I'm going to stick it to him anyway. Y'all bitch-ass, fanboy-ass brown sexuals is at home right now with a bottle of motherfucking Lubriderm, whacking off, crying, hoping and wishing that the motherfucking Warriors would have lost so y'all could talk shit about Steph Curry. But y'all boys at home, man. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all boys at home, then gone fishing, ain't nowhere to be found. Now reports is coming out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, all of a sudden, LeBron had a disc injury and a sprained MCL and this and that and Austin Reeves had an injury and this and that and blah 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 blah. I don't want to hear it, and I don't give a damn. Okay? Lake Show, Bronzexuals, sit back and watch this show that we put on against the motherfucking Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm telling you right now, Rudy Gobert ain't going to do that to us. He ain't going to do that to us. We going to turn Rudy Gobert back into Rudy motherfucking Gobert. Back into Rudy Gobert. He ain't going to be out there looking like Will Chamberlain against us. That ain't going to happen. You understand me? So, I don't know what the fuck y'all had going on. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. But, yeah. Them Bronzexuals. Them niggas at home crying. Brooks telling LeBron, I poke bears. Well, y'all can go poke bears together. You dumb, stupid, ignorant, ugly motherfuckers. Yeah. Go on, sit back and watch us do what we do. You know what I mean? Top 8. We in the top 8. You know what I mean? We in the top 8 right now, bitch. Who the teams that's left? Warriors, Timberwolves, Nuggets, Thunder, Knicks, Celtics, Cavs, Pacers. Okay. So, hey, it's going down. But y'all really thought we were gonna lose to them motherfuckers? I was never worried the slightest, my nigga. Not at all. Not even a little bit. I knew game 7 we was gonna show up and show out and do what we had to do. Now this next year, I'm interested to see this next series though, to see how we match up with the Timberwolves. We've beat the Timberwolves 3 times in a row now, and Jimmy Butler wasn't a part of any of the games that we played against the Timberwolves this year. So they ain't played us with Jimmy Buckets, man. Buddy Hield. Buddy motherfucking Hield. Steph Curry is the only cool Raptor said LeBron is the GOAT. The motherfucking scapegoat. They're the only motherfucking GOAT he is. The scapegoat, bitch. Motherfucker ain't no damn GOAT. But Steph Curry is the only superstar in 2010 remaining in the playoffs. Harden, Kawhi, KD, LeBron, and others got booted out. Straight up. Hey, Ant-Man. Ant is the NBA legend slayer. Okay. Last year, KD, Book ain't a legend yet, but he's a great player. But KD, Book, then Jokic. Okay. This year, Luka, LeBron. Now he's trying to get Steph and Jimmy and Draymond. So, hey man, we ought to put a stop to that. Ain't gonna be no motherfucking slaying us. But nah, Ant-Man is Ant. That's Timothy, fam. You know what I'm saying? Cheyenne said Ant-Man wanted to face the Warriors last season because of Draymond. Well, he got his wish this time. Hey, Ant-Man, you got your wish. You got your wish. You said you wanted to face the Warriors because of Draymond and talk too much shit and you can't stand us and all. Even though we know it's all out of fun and competition. It ain't serious and nothing like that. Yeah, man, you got your wish. So, hey, show up and show out. Now, Ant can Anthony Edwards, man. He can damn near single-handedly beat us by himself, man. So we gotta watch out for this motherfucker right here. Because this motherfucker don't fuck around. Ant-Man is the true noof. Okay? The truth. Everybody in the chat, man, give me a like. You know what I mean? Give me a like one time. You understand, man? Give me a like and a share and subscribe, big dog. I don't ask for too much. I don't ask for too much, big dog. Let me see. Ibrahim, what's going on? Let's talk about the Pacers. Told you we not playing. Cavs not. Hey, man. Hey. Pacers off to the 1-0 lead against the Cavs, man. We gonna see. Now, hey, Ibrahim, you right. You know what I'm saying? You right. You know what I mean? The Pacers out here shocking motherfuckers. But you know what I mean? Game 1, all right, we'll give y'all that one game 1. Game 2, I'm expecting Cleveland to win. I'm expecting Cleveland to win game 2 now. Come on, Cleveland, where you at? If Cleveland don't win game 2, they in a heap of trouble. They in a heap of motherfucking trouble. Abraham said Holly and Nimhard ain't playing. Yeah, nah, man. Halliburton is he didn't took that shit to heart when they called him overrated. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm overrated." Okay, hold my beer. Watch this. You feel me? So, but yeah, a lot of times, game 1, Cleveland been off for a while. You know what I'm saying? The Pacers been off for a while too, but they've been, the Cleveland been off longer. You know what I mean? It may be a little rust there. Not taking away nothing from what y'all did. You know what I mean? Y'all did y'all thing. You went there and got the win. Shout out to the Pacers. You know what I mean? But now the Cavs know it's serious. So I'm expecting a different result come game 2. Now, the dope thing about the Warriors going 7 games though is that ain't no time off. Game 1 is shit tomorrow. It's Monday now. You know what I mean? So it's Monday morning. So game 1 is tomorrow. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that we ain't got 3-4 days in between and all that. We get to see these motherfuckers tomorrow. And then it's a few game 1s tonight. You know what I'm saying? Cavs look shook. Cleveland fans crying. Yeah, man. Hey, game 1, it was a little, shell shot. But I'm telling you this. Indiana playing with house money. Indiana is like, Indiana coming into it like, Indiana is coming to it like, shit, they don't nobody think we're going to win anyway. So they like, man, we playing with house money. They not even tripping. You feel me? So, yeah. But now, shout out to the Pacers, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. You know what I mean? It's a long series. It's gonna be a long series, though, bro. It's gonna be a long series. Ibrahim says Darius Garland out, and Cavs fans said they didn't need him. Now after that game, they crying, saying they need. No, you know how it go. You know how it go. They see it serious now. Oh, we don't need him. We don't need him. Then you lose game 1. All of a sudden, you need him. I guarantee you be back game 2. You know what I'm saying? This is their first loss of the postseason, so they definitely don't want to go down 0-2. Definitely not. They don't want to do that. But yeah, man. Yeah, man, the playoffs is turned up. The playoffs is literal. But no, Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield, man. The Warriors don't win that game tonight without Buddy Hield. They just don't. The Warriors do not win that game tonight without Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield showed up and showed out. Now, I'm going to say this. I didn't watch the game. I knew what was going on. I was keeping up with the score, but I purposely didn't watch the game because I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I did the same thing in 2023, Game 7 against the Sacramento Kings. I couldn't watch the game. I just couldn't. And Steph dropped, so I missed Steph dropping 50. I did not watch the game. You know what I'm saying? My blood pressure is too high. You know what I'm saying? And my heart racing too fast. Nah, I'm one of those superstitious motherfuckers that feel like if I watch the game, not every game, I feel like if I watched that motherfucking game tonight, they was gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? And I just couldn't take my heart racing every time. Just throughout the game. You know what I mean? I couldn't take it. So I was out working, driving Uber, making money. You know what I'm saying? And just keeping my eye on the score, though. Keeping my eye on the score. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, to not to my surprise, how the Warriors played tonight is definitely what I expected. Yeah, but no, Buddy Hield, balled out, man. You know what I'm saying? We had Game 6 Klay for all these years. Now, do we got Game 7 Buddy now? You feel me? Cool Raptors, they talk about the 49ers. I don't know why you bring up the 49ers, bro. We ain't even nowhere near think about that. Okay, Cavs not beating us. D. Mitch shot 30 times and had 33 points, 1 for 11 from 3. Yeah, they had a bad game. You know what I'm saying? Skylar Garrett says Celtics in 4. It don't matter. Hey, Celtics is the champs right now. And yeah, the Celtics ain't the postseason don't start for the Celtics until the Eastern Conference Finals. Just pencil them into the Eastern Conference Finals. Y'all, so these first 2 rounds is nothing to the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Knicks ain't gonna be no pushover. You know what I mean? I know the Knicks didn't beat them at all in the regular season. I got a feeling that the Knicks is gonna get a game or 2. You know what I'm saying? In this series, but I expect the Celtics to still somewhat win, kind of handedly. You know what I'm saying? And then the postseason will start for them in the ECF. You know what I mean? When they meet the Cavs. I'm still predicting the Cavs gonna beat y'all, Ibrahim. You know what I'm saying? I'm still predicting that. I know you, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all up 1-0 and it's looking real good right now, but I'm predicting that the Cavs will win 4 out of the next 6 games. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the Cavs lose game 2, I'm coming to your side. You feel me? Nah, Pacers players been saying they playing for a championship, not house money. I'm saying, of course, the Pacers players are going to say that they're playing for a championship. That's what they're supposed to say. I'm saying that as far as the Pacers are looked at as the inferior team. That's all I mean. Like, the Cavs were the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference at one point. They had the best record in the league. At one point, they was on track to win 70 games and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I mean. Yeah, sprained big toe. I'm like, damn, how you sprain your big toe? That's crazy. Cooled Raptor said, who cares about the NBA? Let's talk about the Eagles versus the 49ers. Yeah, we're going to talk about the NFL. We just ain't going to talk about the NFL right now. It's playoff time right now, baby. NBA playoffs. The NFL season ain't even going on right now. I could care less. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But definitely, you know what I mean? Shout out to you, my brother, Cooled Raptor. You know what I mean? For staying tapped in with your boy. You know what I mean? I definitely appreciate it. You know what I mean? But this definitely a NBA playoff kind of live right here, big dog. Buddy Hield had 1 good game all postseason. Congrats. Better soak it in because he's not going to keep having good games. Bruh, it's inconsistent as hell. This is the thing. This is what you got to understand. We don't need 33 from Buddy Hield every night. All we need is 1, maybe 2 games like that, a series from Buddy Hield. That's it. We don't need him. We don't need him to play like that 4 and 5 games and shit. I just need 1 game. All you got to do is it's a 7-game series, but all we got to do is win 4. So all I need is 1 out of those 4 games to be a game like tonight, and then Buddy Hield give me another game that's where maybe you don't hit 9 threes, but and go for 33 points, but maybe you go for 21, 22. You know what I'm saying? And 4 or 5 threes, something like that. But yes, Ibrahim, Buddy Hield is inconsistent. Most NBA players are. That's why most NBA players are role players and bench players and go from team to team and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're inconsistent. They can bring it, but most NBA players don't bring it every night. You know what I'm saying? So they might bring it on most nights. Some nights But the superstars are the one that's counted on to bring it in to really have it night in, night out. So yeah, he's inconsistent. That's the reason why he's a role player. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I don't expect Buddy Hield to play like that every game. I just need one, maybe two of those performances a series. That's it. That's it. People forget when the Warriors started out 13 and 12 and 3 this year, them first 15 games, like, especially like those first 10, like Buddy Hield was balling. Buddy Hield started out the season like he couldn't miss. You know what I'm saying? So, and then they hit their rough patch in the middle of the season, and that's what it was for the next 30, 40 games until Jimmy Butler came. You know what I mean? And then we went back up to kind of how we was at the beginning of the season. So, yeah, Buddy is all good. I'm just saying that in a big spot like that, a game 7, and to have the type of game that he had the last 2 games, you know, and all of the talk, and they was talking about that, you know, I hear fans calling in talking about bench him. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't play no more for the rest of the series and all that and blah, 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 blah. And if Steve Kerr would have listened to y'all, then what? Steve Kerr said, no, I'm going to do what I feel like is best for the team. Buddy Hield is going to start again. And guess what happened? 33 motherfucking points later, 9 threes later, 6 in the first half. You know what I mean? Had to have it. We had to have that, though, because the way they was guarding Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else had to. Basically, what Buddy Hield did tonight is he filled in that Klay Thompson role. That's basically what he did. You know what I mean? Offensively. And, you know, that's basically why he was signed. You know what I'm saying? To kind of like play that role. Kind of like a lesser version of Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he did tonight. Yeah, but without Buddy, the Warriors don't win that game. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Good morning. What's going on, Daniel Berry? Ibrahim, Celtics got to get past the Knicks first, which I know they can do, but they may come out of that banged up. Yeah. The Celtics do have a tendency to they got a little bit of that Warrior shit in them where, you know, they'll give you a game or two every here and there where they just don't play up to the level that they're capable of playing to. And they let an inferior team beat them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Celtics, I see the Celtics winning this series in 6. You know what I mean? I see them winning it in 6 games. Ibrahim said, I'll put 100 on my Pacers. Man, I ain't got that much dog in the fight like that. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I probably would bet you. But I ain't got that much dog in the fight to bet. You know what I mean? On the Pacers and the Cavs. You know what I'm saying? I really don't give a damn. But I just from what we've seen so far this season, you know what I'm saying? I'm still putting my trust in the Cavs that they'll find a way to win the series. Like I said, I could be totally wrong, and I won't be mad if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But that would be a total failure for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cool the Raptors say, I got a question. What up? Stay over there and take that bet. Oh, he said, stay over there and take that bet. But you talking about when I said if they lose game 2, I'm coming over there. I'm just saying as the same thing these motherfuckers be doing on TV, on ESPN, where they go get the flip-flopping after every motherfucking game. All I'm saying is, right now, I believe that the Cavs are going to win game 2. And then that would keep them on track to win the series, which I believe that they will. I'm just saying, however, if the Cavs lose game 2, I'm coming over to the Pacers because I'm coming over to the Pacers side of things and thinking that the Pacers are going to win this series if they end up winning game 2 as well. Because although the Cavs are the number 1 seed, they got a great coach that came from the Golden State Warriors. Not that he came from he was a head coach before being an assistant coach with the Warriors, but I'm saying his most recent stop is with us. You know what I'm saying? But although, like I said, great coach, great season, and all that, but as a overall, one thing I do give you, Ibrahim, is that the Pacers, the Cavs, they haven't like proven anything yet. You know what I mean? They had a good regular season. It's the same thing with OKC. For me, it's the same thing with OKC. OKC we finna really see now. You know what I'm saying? Okay, y'all, cause y'all we finna see. You know what I mean? Y'all finna have to go up against Jokic. So now it's the battle of the MVPs. Shea, you know what I'm saying? My little cousin, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, because my last name Alexander. You know what I'm saying? Shea Gilgeous-Alexander against Nikola Jokic. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk too much about, because I'm gonna give my tomorrow I'm gonna do a episode where I preview the second round and give my picks and all that. So I don't want to get too much off up in it, but yeah, that's gonna be the battle of the 2 MVPs, because Shea gonna win it this year. But yeah, Cleveland hasn't proven anything. They had a great regular season. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? But now they got to follow it up by, you got to at least make it to the Eastern Conference Finals after having a season like that. If you don't make it to at least the Final 4, then that's a disappointment. That's a failure. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, even though they had the season that they had, if the Pacers end up beating the Cavs, I'm not gonna be super shocked or surprised about that, because the Cavs ain't never. You be shocked and surprised when it's a team that has won a championship or championships, or that we know for a fact they're known for making consistent deep runs into the postseason. You know what I'm saying? But the Cavs ain't this. The Cavs really like they first year on the scene like this. You know what I'm saying? They've been getting better throughout the last few years or whatever, but this is kind of like really their first year on the scene. So, I just feel like I just want to go with what I want to give them the benefit of the doubt of how they've played this season. You know what I'm saying? They've earned the right for me to give them. The Cavs have, from the way they've played this season, they've earned the right for me. I understand you as a fan, Ibrahim. That's different as a Patriots fan. But for the rest of us, just basketball fans, not fans of that team, they've earned the right to get a little grace when it comes to, losing game 1 of a postseason. Losing game 1 by no means that you're going to lose the series. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen that happen many times. So, but they lose game 2. Yeah, I don't see it, because we don't know them of having any type of pedigree of being down big in a series and being able to come back. We've never seen it before. So, you know what I'm saying? Cool rapper say the NBA makes me laugh. Bro, I understand Buddy Hield played for my Pacers for 3. Oh yeah, Buddy Hield did play for the Pacers. But he did play for the Pacers. My bad. So yeah, you know all about Buddy Hield, Ibrahim. Cool Raptor. But when it comes to the NFL, that boy still on that NFL. Backwood, man. This is coming out game. Buddy him now. He gonna be a problem when he get more minutes. Yeah, I mean, he started the last 2 games. So, see, this how it go. Like, with players like Buddy Hield, his minutes, like, players like him, like role players, their minutes are determined by how they play during their first stint on the court in that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they play well in their first stint, in their first run at it in a particular game, then Steve Kerr will keep going back to him. But if it looks like they, they kind of, you know what I mean? He may go back to him one more time just to kind of see. And then after that, if you still out there, lollygagging and fucking around and pussyfooting, you know what I mean? Hey, bro, come on over here and sit next to me, big dog. So, if Buddy Hield would have played in game 6, how he played tonight, he would have had more minutes in game 6. You know what I'm saying? Because he started game 6 as well, but he didn't play, but nobody really played well that game. You know what I'm saying? But he made more threes than like 99% of the league per year. For sure. Yeah, no. Buddy Hield I think it was like the last 5 or 6 years, he's made the most threes in the league or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Ibrahim said Warriors not winning with this roster. So, and Ibrahim says the Warriors not winning with this roster. And you think the Pacers are winning with y'all roster? You know what I'm saying? We better than y'all. You know what I'm saying? We at least better than y'all. And we at least got players that have won championships before. So there's going to be a much bigger belief that we can win a championship than the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Osmosis Jones said Klay does more with the ball. He does a little bit more with the ball, but not that much more, and he really shouldn't. Klay's strongest part of his game is catch and shoot offensively. Now, before the injuries, defensively, he was also one of the top defenders in the league as well. But since the injuries, that's been taken away a little bit. But offensively, he's been, I mean, I agree that Klay can do a little bit more offensively because he can kind of get down there in the post a little bit. You know what I mean? Buddy don't do that. But Buddy will every once in a while put the ball on the floor and get to the basket, or at least get closer to the basket. You know what I mean? Klay has started to do that a little bit more as of late, but that's not a strong suit. Klay's strong suit is catch and shoot. Period. Point blank. He's a 3 and D. He's a 3 and no D wing. And they said he's a 3 and no D. Not much rebounding passing either, because he doesn't move much or stay inside the 3-point line. Who you talking about, Osmosis, when you say that? Not much rebounding passing either. If you talking about Buddy Hield, like, see, that's the thing, is like, it's okay, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you're talking about Buddy Hield or not, but they got Buddy Hield for something specific. To shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? So anything that Buddy Hield gives them on top of that is a plus. Now, go look at that game tonight and go look at what Draymond Green said about Buddy Hield's overall game tonight. Yeah, he had 33 points and he hit 9 threes. Okay, but Buddy Hield played defense tonight. And go listen to what Draymond Green said. You know what I mean? He said Buddy Hield was overall, you know what I mean, probably the best player on the floor tonight for the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he played good defense tonight. But as far as rebound and all that, you know what I mean? I'm not expecting Buddy Hield to rebound. You know what I'm saying? Or put up big rebounding numbers. You know what I mean? I just need that man to shoot a high percentage from 3. That's what I need that man to do. You understand me? Without Garland and Cavs, the Cavs are really beatable because the defense is not that great. Okay. I'm gonna take y'all word for it, man. I'm gonna take y'all word for it on that. Which one is this one? This is Space Haze. Yeah, I'm gonna take y'all word for it, man. We gonna see. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all up for it. You know, Donovan Mitchell has played extremely well throughout his postseason career. Like he's had monster games. You know what I'm saying? But still, he's kind of starting to have a little bit of a reputation of somebody that continues to come up short too. You know what I mean? Because in Utah, they had for a few of those, I'll say a couple years, they had, I think they was a number 1 seed, number 2 seed, I think maybe one of those years, you know what I'm saying? But they had some good teams over there, you know what I'm saying? And I guess people feel like they kind of underachieved or whatever, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see how D. Mitchell responds, man. D. Mitch, the boy. With Garland, they still beatable. Ibrahim said with Garland, they still beatable. I just meant against the pressure. Westbrook back in OKC is finna be crazy. Yeah, man, Westbrook back in OKC for sure. Yeah, that's gonna be one of them ones. That's gonna be one of them ones right there. Westbrook back in OKC. Yes, with Garland, I believe we can beat them. I know what you mean. That's most of them. Abraham says, nah, most people just believe media hype and just regurgitate whatever media hyperbole they've been pushed and fed. That's true. That's 100% true. That's kind of the reason why I started doing this little podcast or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear it a lot from callers that call in on Sports Talk Radio. You know what I'm saying? Like they they don't be knowing what the fuck they be talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is clueless. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, they just going off what they hear. That's why I get perturbed and frustrated with the media. You know what I'm saying? Because the media is narrative driven, especially sports media. It's narrative driven. You know what I'm saying? So you keep pushing a narrative and pumping something into the into the atmosphere, to the airwaves over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Regular people, normal, gullible people, gonna believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? And ain't gonna really do a whole bunch of digging into what's really going on, and ain't really interested to even, you know what I mean? Some motherfuckers ain't that interested in it like that to even really know what the fuck going on like that. You know what I'm saying? Ibrahim said, is that why Kerr isn't playing Kaminga? Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Like, it's Kaminga has a solid personal fan base for, you know what I mean, in from Warriors fans, right? But most of us, we ain't tripping off Kaminga, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I know what Kaminga is. You know what I'm saying? All this shit they keep talking about, all this shit they keep talking about with Kaminga, you know what I mean? As far as he a young player and this and that, he needs to, bro, dude, this is 4th year. Like, it don't take that long, bro. Like like, bro, you like Kaminga, Kaminga is not going to like turn into like Kawhi Leonard or Kobe Bryant or KD or some shit. He ain't that. He's not that. He can have a solid, long NBA career, make a whole bunch of money, you know what I'm saying, and be a serviceable role player, like as far as athleticism and all that, like off the charts. Some like one of the best athletes in the league, you know what I mean? But as far as actually playing the game of basketball, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta understand, bro. Steve Kerr is a cerebral mind, bro. Like, he comes from like a very rich history of winning, and, you know, from coaches he's played for to players that he's played with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a fucking coincidence, bro, that this man has 9 rings. 5 as a player, 4 as a head coach. He know what the fuck going on, bro. He's been coached by Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, and in college, Lute Olson. Lute Olson is one of the greatest college coaches of all time in Arizona, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Steve Kerr he's extremely basketball knowledgeable, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't too much. I go with whatever Steve Kerr do. Like I told my boy Cheyenne, that don't mean he can't be criticized. That don't mean he's above criticism. But at this point, it's like, come on, bro. Like we get beside ourselves with this shit, bro. Like, Steve Kerr is a made man, dog. You know what I'm saying? He's a made man. 4 championship rings as a head coach, bro, with this team. Like, he's like, if a motherfucker like that can't get the benefit of the doubt, then what the fuck? Like, bro, these people be talking about Steve Kerr like he's a fucking dumbass. If he's a dumbass, who's smart? This man got 4 rings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be understanding it. The past 2 games, I've been hearing motherfuckers talk about Ime Udoka. Like I said, Ime Udoka was one of the best coaches in the league. But I've been hearing motherfuckers talk about Ime Udoka like he's coaching circles around Steve Kerr. But Steve Kerr is the one with 4 rings, and Steve Kerr beat Ime Udoka to get one of those rings, and Steve Kerr is still coaching right now, and Ime Udoka is at home. I'm just saying. Or I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Warriors would have not become what they became without Steve Kerr. You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr is not playing Jonathan Kaminga because right now it's about winning. And Jonathan Kaminga's game, a lot of times, I don't think he does it like purposely, but his game is more like about him. You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr runs a precision style type offense, bro. You know what I mean? It ain't a one nigga get the ball and pound that motherfucker and struggle to get to the basket and maybe I'll make the shot. Nah. Now it was like that when we had KD, and you could throw it to KD, but that's KD. That's different. You know what I'm saying? So Jonathan Kaminga ain't KD. You feel me? So yeah, like, but you know, I kind of understand sometimes, you know, people like, man, he can't get, you know, a few, but it's like, bro, we not, you know, Warriors fan, most Warriors fan, we ain't tripping off Jonathan Kaminga, bro. We trying to win, bro. You know what I'm saying? We trying to win, and that don't mean that that Brody can't help us win, but sometimes he get out there and he get a little, you know what I mean? He get a little trigger happy, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, not only that, see, it's the thing that another thing, like they say about Pajinski, what they don't understand about Pajinski is Pajinski always did all the other things. That's why he's on the court. That's why he been on the court. And now, as you see this year, his offensive game is starting to catch up now. You know what I mean? Like he's starting to kind of, it's only the second year, he's starting to kind of get it. His offensive game is kind of catching up. But Pajinski, as a smaller player, is 10 times a better rebounder than Kaminga. Okay. He take charges. Okay. He was all NBA rookie first team or whatever, all NBA rookie team and all that other shit. Like, and he's just gritty and just scrappy. You know what I mean? He does all of those type of things. That's why he's on the court. And then when you see the result of it when he's out there and certain things happen. And then you look back at Steve Kerr, you say, okay, I see why Steve Kerr is playing him. You feel me? He's a winning player. His style of play, even if he's not scoring 20, 25 points, his style of play contributes to winning. Jonathan Kaminga's style of play, it contributes to him getting points. You know what I'm saying? But not necessarily to winning. You see what I'm saying? So that's all it is. I'll be hating when I get behind in the chat. My bad, y'all. I'm behind. No, y'all not. I guarantee y'all not better than us. Y'all not beating any team that comes out of the East. If y'all come out the West, East is taking the championship. We'll see. We'll see. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like I've seen this happen over and over again in sports, bro. Across, you know, like when you have a team like the Warriors that has a player like Steph Curry, an all-time great player, and then they still have their defensive anchor, Draymond Green, and they still have that head coach. So the championship pedigree is still there. Kevon Looney, who's been there for 3 championships, he's still there. So it's like, and even Moody and Kaminga, they contribute minimally to the 22 championship, but they were there as rookies and they have rings as well. You know what I mean? So whether they played a lot or not, or contributed a lot or not, they still have that experience of going through that championship run and seeing what it takes. You know what I'm saying? So, there's something to be said for that too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that to say, bro, when you have a player like Steph Curry that has won multiple championships, and his most recent championship is not like 6-7 years ago. It was just 2-3 years ago. You feel me? So when you have that and that team is still in it, and now we got a little bit more assurance now with Jimmy Butler, it's like, bro, I understand that, they're on the back end of the dynasty, that obviously they're not as good as they were, you know what I mean, during the prime eras of the dynasty, but you cannot just dismiss and count out a team like that with a player like that. You just can't do it. I seen it happen with Tom Brady. The Patriots went 10 years in between winning championships, from their first 3 to their last 3. It was 10 years in between. Now they have been to 2 Super Bowls in that 10 years, and many AFC championship games, but they didn't win a Super Bowl for 10 years, from 2004 to 2014. Okay. During that 10 years, and even after they got that 4th one, it was like, oh, it's over. They can't do it again, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, so that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that the Warriors are going to win the championship this year. I'm just saying that when it comes to the Pacers, I feel like the Warriors, in a hypothetical, if we played the Pacers, I see the Warriors winning. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? It'll never happen. We'll never see that series. You know what I mean? Because they in 2 different conferences, and both those teams are not going to make it to the finals. So 9 threes helps a lot. Osmosis said 9 threes helps a whole bunch. Come on, man. 9 threes? Like, he put up Steph Curry numbers. You feel me? He had a Steph Curry game. That's why I said, like, he basically filled that game 6 Klay role. You know what I'm saying? He has to play D. Warriors my favorite team. We good. Yes, sir. Drock 2X. I never said high rebound, just more than 1 would be. So I never said high. Just at least get 1. At least 1 or 2. At least 1 or 2 rebounds, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, I'm just saying though, like, some players, it's like we I'm not saying don't go get no rebounds, but we got other players to do that. You know what I'm saying? We got other players to do that. Buddy Hield, I need you to focus on catching the ball and shooting it and making the shot. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need you to focus on, big dog. That shit sprayed, fam. Pause. Did I say a pause? Did I say something that had a pause statement? Yeah, a pause moment, my fault. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Liu said, hi, what's up? I'm from China. I'm a big Warriors fan. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my people out there in China. You dig? You understand me? You know what I mean? The Warriors is worldwide with it. You know what I mean? We out there in Asia. Let's get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my people out there in China, man. You know what I'm saying? We need, hey, send us that love out here, you know what I mean, to the Bay Area, man, in California. We need all that Chinese love for the Warriors, man. We trying to get this championship, man. We trying to get number 5. We trying to get number 5 because we want to pass up LaFraud James. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we want to pass up this bum. Ibrahim said, nah, but he can be a Chris Murray type of player or Harrison Barnes. Not play like them, but his averages. Keegan. Ibrahim, let a team like the Pacers get their hands on Kaminga, and I bet. Hey, listen, I'm not mad. We not mad. So the talk out here in the Bay Area is that most likely this is it for Kaminga. Like, you know what I'm saying? He probably won't be here, you know what I'm saying, unless he chooses to sign here. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they probably gonna let him go. You know what I'm saying? So that way he can go spread his wings, man, and go get his career started somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's all it was, is that Kaminga got drafted to a team that's still trying to win championships every year. So um you don't have time really to sit there and coach this nigga through the shit. You can throughout the regular season, but then you still got to try to win games and get you a cool little seed and shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then once the playoffs start, see, another thing that affected Kaminga this year too is when he had that injury. Because before he got hurt, he was playing well. And also, I don't know if y'all know this or if y'all heard, but the talk at like the towards the middle of the season was like Steph and Draymond was talking like it's time to hand over the keys to Kaminga. You know what I'm saying? They was just saying that earlier in the year. This was before the Jimmy trade, though. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then he got hurt. He sprained his ankle, and then he ended up being out way longer than expected. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time he came back, it's like we all, Jimmy was here. We already like we in motion. Steve Kerr is not finna fuck up the motion that we got to now. He threw him back in there, but then was regular season games. You know what I'm saying? But so it's just since the injury, he hadn't been able to fully get caught all the way back up. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, we didn't have the time to wait on him to kind of get all the way caught up. You know what I'm saying? To how the team is since Jimmy been here, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So let it. So yeah, but I'm all with that. I would love to see Kaminga go to the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, when Kaminga go over there to the Pacers, you're gonna see what I mean. As far as like, sometime when he get the ball, like he's similar to LeBron in a way. Like, his game is similar to LeBron in a way to where he don't really got no moves. You know what I mean? But he's extremely gifted athletically, okay, and he can get to the basket and score, but not like it's not consistently and not very skillfully. It's like kind of like bulldozing, and then it's a lot of plays where it's a lot of fumbling of the ball and turning it over because he's trying to do too much. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? If you was a Warrior fan, you would see what I'm saying. Let him go to the Pacers and you get to watch him every night. You'll see what I'm saying. But at the same time, I do still feel like I do still feel like, if he went to another team, he would have a little bit more success individually. Abraham says, stop glazing Kerr, please. Listen, you can call it whatever you want to. You can call it glazing. You can call it this. You can call it that. I don't know how old you is, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But I was born in the early 80s. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lifelong Warriors fan. The Warriors ain't been nothing my whole life, bro. So they start winning championships when Steve Kerr got here. So as an avid Warriors fan, the glazing of Steve Kerr is warranted. Straight up. So you know what I'm saying? Like Steve Kerr gonna get all of the glazing. For sure. Because, nigga, this team was straight up ass. You know what I mean? Before he came through. You feel me? So, yeah, now the glazing is warranted. You know what I'm saying? So you can call it whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying. You feel me? I'm just saying it's much earned. You know what I'm saying? It's much earned. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like how we don't put automatic respect on on somebody's name like that. Like, we got to understand what we be watching out here, like what's going on out here with the greats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand when like in the midst of it, you know what I'm saying, when we watching it, it's easy to, but the players and the coaches that we look back on that don't play no more, we look at them that way now because they don't play no more. You know what I'm saying? But during those times, like, so basically what I'm saying is Steve Kerr is a Phil Jackson. He's a Red Auerbach. He's a Greg Popovich. He's a Pat Riley. That's who he is. He one of the greatest coaches of all time. So you can't glaze that. Like, he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not a lot of coaches that have 4 championship rings. You got Steve Kerr, you got Red Auerbach, you got Phil Jackson, you got Greg Popovich. That's 4 coaches. Now, I think is it one more? It might be one more that I'm not thinking about, but it ain't too many more. It may be like another 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? The coach, and it's a lot of great coaches. Like somebody said, Lenny Wilkins. Osmosis Jones said, don't forget Lenny Wilkins. Can never forget Lenny Wilkins. How can you forget Lenny Wilkins? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to win. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a coach that's attached to winning, like how you don't put massive respect on his name. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put massive respect on his name. Rick Carlisle, the coach y'all got over there at the Pacers, that's a great coach. Rick Carlisle was a great coach. But for all his greatness, how many championships? 1. Now, that's dope. He got that 1. You can't never take that away from him. But I'm just saying, put that in a perspective. Steve Kerr got 4. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, look at the players that he got. Look at what all-time great coach don't have all-time great players? You know what I'm saying? Show me any all-time great head coach, and I'll show you a coach that had a lot of times 2 and 3 all-time great players playing up under him. You know what I'm saying? So, like that, I mean, every head coach that has 3 or more championships has had 2 or more, but I'll go 3 or more. You know what I'm saying? Has had all-time greats. So you can't be an all-time great coach, and I mean, you can be an all-time great coach without having all-time great coach, but you're not gonna be an all-time great coach that has won multiple championships without all-time great players. It just don't happen. So of course he had all-time great players. Every coach that wins multiple championships has all-time great players. That's not singular to Steve Kerr. You feel me? Now, Ibrahim says Mark Jackson built the team before Kerr. Listen, bro. I'm the biggest proponent of Mark Jackson. You can't tell me nothing about Mark Jackson. Just because I'm talking about Steve Kerr don't mean that I don't remember what Mark Jackson was. See, that's what I'm saying. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. We was all, nigga, I was upset when Mark Jackson was let go. Straight up. And I knew that Steve Kerr was going to do a good job. I didn't know he was going to win multiple championships, but I knew he was going to do a good job. But even though I knew that he was going to do a good job, I'm like, bro, how y'all fire Mark Jackson when Mark Jackson is the one that laid the foundation? Literally, that cannot be disputed. So you can't tell me nothing about Mark Jackson. Just because I'm speaking highly on Steve Kerr, that don't mean that I forgot about Mark Jackson. So I'm glad you brought his name up, but I ain't forgot about Mark Jackson. I know what Mark Jackson is. You know what I'm saying? Like he built the foundation. He the one that set a defensive mindset for the team, and He's the one that his regime is the regime that drafted Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. Okay? Those players were already there when Steve Kerr got there. Now, he didn't draft Steph Curry. Steph Curry had already been there for 2 years before he got there. You know what I'm saying? But Mark Jackson drafted Draymond Green, and Mark Jackson drafted Klay Thompson. So can't tell me nothing about Mark Jackson. I know about Mark Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't forgot about Mark Jackson at all. I've always said at least that first championship in 2015, he should have got a ring for that one. At least for that first one. You know what I'm saying? Like because what Mark Jackson did was the Warriors won 50 games in a single season for the first time in 17 years. Okay? And then they went to the playoffs in back-to-back years for the first time in 20 years. So, and he was only there for 3 years, and every year they improved. His first year, they were still a bad team, but you could see the improvement. You know what I'm saying? You could see the improvement. They didn't make the playoffs. His second year, they won 50 games, and then they made the playoffs and beat the Nuggets in the first round and went to the second round and lost to the San Antonio Spurs, who end up going to the finals that year. And the Warriors should have been up 2-0 in that series. In game one of that second round series, they was up 13 in the fourth quarter. But they was a young team, though. They hadn't won no championships yet. You know what I'm saying? And they ended up letting them come back. And then Manu Ginobili hit a shot at the end of the fourth quarter to tie the game up and send it to overtime. And then once it went to overtime, the Spurs ended up winning. So they ended up winning game one. But the Warriors could have and should have easily won game one. Okay? And then they did win game two in San Antonio. Okay? So, and after that series, they ended up beating us in 6 games. But after that series, Greg Popovich said, excuse me, this team is finna be a problem. He said that after that series. And that was still why they had while Mark Jackson was the head coach. He was like, yeah, they finna be a problem. Yeah, they on their way. They coming. Pause. You understand me? So, believe me, bruh, I know who Mark Jackson is. Ain't no bigger, like I said, proponent or backer-upper of Mark Jackson than me. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Mark Jackson was that dude. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't understand at all why Mark Jackson has not gotten another coaching job. Like, he was the one that laid the foundation for a fucking dynasty. How he don't get another coaching job? Now, where Steve Kerr come in is that he did take it to the next level. And that is similar to what Phil Jackson did with the Bulls. Doug Collins was the coach of the Chicago Bulls, but they couldn't get over the hump of the Pistons. And you know what I'm saying? And they just couldn't get, you know what I mean? They just couldn't get over the hump. And then Phil Jackson took over, you know what I'm saying? And then they became a dynasty. So it's the same. Like I've been saying, to me, Steve Kerr is the new Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, bro, I ain't trying to be on Steve Kerr like that. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, bro, like, I understand y'all don't like, I understand a lot of stuff about the Warriors around the country people don't like because we've been batting motherfuckers over the head for the past 10, 11 years. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of animosity and hatred towards us. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But I'm just calling how I see it. If the Pacers, if y'all had a, you know what I mean, situation like that, you know what I mean, I would be saying the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it because he's the head coach of my team. I'm saying it because it is what it is. You feel me? But Rick Carlisle is a great coach too. You feel me? Off the top. Let me catch up. Basketball Bros, what's up? What's up with Basketball Bros? We on top. Off the top. 1 year makes them 30 now. I gotta try Abraham. Never said he was, but they didn't win because Kerr is such a genius in my point. 30 isn't even that old. Nah, see, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm not saying that they won because Steve Kerr is a genius. I'm saying, bro, like, you can't, bro, like, everything that I said, it, like, cannot be disputed, bro. Like, you can't take away from the fact that, so you have to remember, you got to understand, the Warriors won the championship in his rookie year as the head coach. His very first year, they won the championship, bro. His first year. Then the next year, they won 73 games and barely lost the championship. Okay? To the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, bro, like, you got to understand, bro, like, the Warriors were not supposed to be what they became, bro. Like, that was a surprise. Like, going into the season where the Warriors won their first championship in 2015, nobody thought the Warriors was going to win a championship. Even Warriors fans didn't think, bro, there's no Warriors fan on this earth that is going to tell you in 2014-15 when Steve Kerr was in his first year as the Warriors head coach, nobody's going to tell you that, oh yeah, the Warriors are going to be hosting a championship trophy at the end of the year. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, bro. So I'm saying, put that into perspective, bro. Like that. Like, don't think of it as what we know now, all of these years later. You know what I'm saying? So he did something great, bro. They won it his first year. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that's the first championship they had won in 40 years, my nigga, since 1975. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, I don't think, like, people understand what the Warriors were. Like, the Warriors was trash, bro. The Warriors was trash. So imagine all of a sudden, like, the fucking Charlotte Hornets all of a sudden becoming a dynasty out of nowhere. Like, that's what the fuck they did. You know what I'm saying? So, like Steve Kerr deserved all of that, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's because he's a genius. I'm saying, bro, you can't take away from what they accomplished, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, he's the head coach. You can't take it away. You can't be like, oh yeah, they're not winning the championship in 2015 if Steve Kerr ain't the head coach. That's basically what I'm saying. They also not winning it if Steph Curry ain't there either. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If Steve Kerr ain't there, they're not winning the championship. Ain't no way the Cavs lose to the Pacers. No one just wins with the rookie coach unless the players are good already. Your kids are delusional for real. Just be believing any type of media narrative that's pushed your way. I don't think you getting what I'm saying, bro. Okay, so if they was already that good, right? So you saying, so if they was already that good, why they didn't win a championship the year before? Steph was there. Klay was there. Draymond Green was there. They got bounced out in the first round by the Clippers the year before they won the championship. Why didn't you win a championship the year before that? Steph was there. Klay was there. Draymond was there. You know what I'm saying? Iggy was there. Why they didn't win it, bro? I'm saying, bro, you have to give the coach credit for coming in and then Steph Curry. This is another thing that cannot be disputed. When the offense that all you gotta do is do your research on this, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just me saying it. All you gotta do is do your research on this. This all out there on the internet. When Steve Kerr became the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry went from an all-star level player to an MVP level player. Like, that's what Steve Kerr's offense did for his game. Like, Steph was not supposed to be this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't an MVP before Steve Kerr. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? All Steve Kerr did with Steph Curry, it was meant to be. It was supposed to happen like that. Steve Kerr unlocked Steph Curry. So, it's nothing against Mark Jackson, but he may not have all the way gotten to, he was gonna still be a great player. I'm not saying he wasn't gonna be a great player, but all-time great, we can't say that. We can't say if Steve Kerr ain't the head coach, do they got 4 championship rings? Like, we can't say that, and we can probably more say that they won't more than they will. But all we can do is go off what we know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Like, no one wins with like, bro, you have to have everything to put it together, bro. That's what I'm saying. And for somebody like Steve Kerr, it's undeniable. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna sit there and act like his contribution like it's just like it's nothing when they hadn't done anything without. It's the same thing with Jordan and Phil Jackson and Kobe and Phil Jackson. Now, those players are all-time great players, but the fact of the matter is they won all their championships with Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a fluke, my nigga. Phil Jackson won 6 championships with the Bulls and then won 5 championships over here. That's not a fluke, bro. Oh, well, he had Jordan and Shaq and Kobe. Yeah, you need great players. Other coaches had Shaq and Kobe too. They didn't win with Dale Harris. You know what I'm saying? Jordan didn't win. Jordan and Pippen didn't win with Doug Collins. You know what I'm saying? Kobe had other coaches too. You know what I'm saying? He never won with none of those coaches. He won all his championships with Phil Jackson. There's a reason for that. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like to try to minimize Steve Kerr, like, the players deserve more credit than a coach because they actually own the court and own the field performing. So I'm never going to give a coach more credit. But when championships are involved and dynasties and multiple championships, and you can directly look at a coach being implemented onto a team, and then right when he's implemented, all of a sudden all this success happens. Like, you can't just, like, come on, man. Like, you can't deny that. You can't just be like, oh yeah, they just, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of whatever, he gonna go down as one of the greatest coaches of all time. So it don't matter what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker could deny it and hate and all this and all. It's easy to say it right now while it's going on. Once the motherfuckers is done and retired and ain't here, damn motherfucker gonna look back and really appreciate the things that we gotta appreciate the greats. You know what I'm saying? Because we're able to see it right now. Once they gone, they gone. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. Damn. Ibrahim Torrey says, riddle me this, nigga. Why all the white coaches have all the dynasties and rings? I don't even know how to answer that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. how to answer that. You know what I'm saying? Me in particular, I'm not a big like when it comes to stuff like that, when it in sports, you know what I mean? We know that they, you know, all aspects of life, racism or whatever, can infiltrate, you know, into sports and all this stuff. But the cool thing about sports is it's not about all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at Steve Kerr or Phil Jackson or Greg Popovich, you know what I'm saying? All having dynasties. I mean, I mean, because they white, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even matter. To me, it don't. You know what I'm saying? I know it might matter to you, but to me, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't racist, I don't give a fuck what color you are. Even if you racist, that's on you. That's you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You feel me? You racist, not me. You know what I'm saying? Osmosis said Phil pushing the East champs in 1994 without MJ to 7 showed Phil was a good coach. Most teams would have fallen apart. Period, point blank. Period, point blank, Osmosis. And I'm just saying, bro, like when have we gotten to a point in sports to where, like, being a head coach that has won 11 championships ain't enough? I don't understand why people want to see. Well, I want to see you do it when you ain't got no good players. Why? You can't do it that way. Like, you can be like competitive, but you're not going to win. So, like, why do you have to prove it? It's the same thing with, like, in football when they trying to debate about a quarterback. I'll take Brock Purdy, for example. They always want to use the oh, well, look at all the weapons he got. Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle and all that other shit. As to say, like, he's supposed to be out there throwing to bums. Why does he need to prove how good he is by throwing to bums? I don't get that. If he's supposed to have good players to throw the ball to. That means that the front office is doing their job by putting a good team together. How do you get penalized because you're doing a good job because other players on the team are good and you do? Like, I don't get that. Oh, well, nah, he need to be doing it with, I want to see him do it. He need to do it well, let's see if he ain't got nobody, then what we can do. It ain't, bro. Any quarterback ain't going to be like exactly the same. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't be getting it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't be getting it. You know what I mean? It just don't be never just being enough. You know what I'm saying? So that shit just be weird to me. You feel me? Nathan Manning says coaching means nothing in the NBA. If that's the case, why they blame the coaches so much? If coaching means nothing in the NBA, why do they blame the coaches more than these fucking superstar players that's getting paid 40, 50, 60 million dollars a year? That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? KD can't even motherfucking make the motherfucking playoffs, but they want to fucking blame the coach. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Coaching does matter, bro. Like, so, you know, it just does. So, you know what I'm saying? Like now that's one of the things that's narrative driven. Like where people want to say, oh, people just going off of what the media say and narrative driven. That's something that like to say that coaching means nothing. Coaching absolutely means something. Like to say coaching means like nothing in the NBA, that's bullshit. That's absolutely bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there are times when during a championship run or whatever, where a decision is going to need to be made, whether it's rotations, whether it's in-game adjustments, in-series adjustments, or just motivation from a coach, or like it all matters, bro. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you now this is where it don't matter. Coaching don't matter if you don't have good players. That's been proven. Look at Bill Belichick after Tom Brady left. That don't mean Bill Belichick is not a good coach. He's a great coach. He's one of the all-time great coaches. But you need great players in order to win. Otherwise, go look at Bill Belichick, his whole career without Tom Brady, even before coaching with the Patriots when he was with the fucking Browns and shit. Like, that'll tell you. Go look at Greg Popovich in those years after Tim Duncan, these past few years and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know he, just retired and he's been suffering the health ailments over the past year or so. But I mean, there was a few years, there's about 2 or 3 years in there post Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, pre-health conditions where, and during that time, you know what I mean, Spurs ain't good. That don't mean Greg Popovich ain't a good coach. He's a great coach. He's an all-time great coach. But you need great players. You see what I'm saying? So it all matters, bro. It all matters. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And hey, Helen and Devin Posey, you glazing Steph Curry. Steph Curry is another one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That deserves it. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. You know what I mean? It's gonna be glaze on, fam. You dig? Okay. Osmosis, I think Monkey could coach the Heat through that bad East. Eric Spo ain't black. He won. Oh, hey, Eric Spo. There you go. See, that's what I'm saying. Eric Spo. I forgot all about that. He ain't black. Yeah. I think a monkey could coach the Heat through that bad East during those 6 finals runs he had. Hey, I'm talking about that East at that time. That East was horrible, bro. They want Purdy to be like top 5 all time, aka not need help. He obviously ain't that. Yeah, like, but he don't gotta be that though. That's my point. He don't have to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like look at fucking who's the nigga? Look at fucking Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts just won a championship. Like, Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback. I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts ain't this, ain't that. I know what Jalen Hurts is. However, there would be 5, 6, maybe 7 quarterbacks that most people would take before Jalen Hurts. Definitely 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, you don't have, and so when we talking about Brock Purdy, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Last year was his first, was like, he didn't have a down year. The team had a down year. The first 8 games of the season, he was fucking carrying the team. You know what I'm saying? So the whole team had a down year. It's not that, oh, Brock Purdy played bad, so that's what, no. The whole team had a down year. That defense fucking sucked. Period, point blank. Football is the ultimate team sport. That defense fucking sucked. So I don't want to fucking, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear. But I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like, Brock, that's not just coincidence to just come in and take a team here and then the next year, then take a team right back there, this and that. And then last year was, that's not just a coincidence. I'm going to tell you why it's not just a coincidence, because Trey Lance was drafted that same draft before Brock Purdy, number 3. All I kept hearing when Trey Lance got in the game was, oh, he need time to, this with the same weapons now. The same weapons that Brock Purdy had. He had Debo, he had Ayuk, Kittle, McCaffrey, all that. The same weapons. Oh, you know, Trey Lance, you know, he got to grow into it, and he got to learn the game and learn the quarterback position and this and that. Brock Purdy said, excuse me, hold my beer. Brock Purdy didn't need all that. Brock Purdy came right in instantly, and took off because Trey Lance was a starter. He got hurt in week 2. Then Jimmy G came in. Jimmy G wasn't even supposed to be on the team that year. But at the last minute, Kyle Shanahan said, wait, we need to keep Jimmy G because Trey Lance don't look like, we still going to start him because we done drafted him and we done said he going to be this. But we need to keep Jimmy G as a backup. This was a year after we went to the NFC Championship game against the Rams. You feel me? And it was a blessing that Trey Lance got hurt, because if Trey Lance didn't get hurt and he would have been the quarterback that whole year, the 49ers would not have ended up in the NFC Championship game against the Eagles that year. They would not have, because Trey Lance is not good. You know what I'm saying? So he got hurt in week 2. Jimmy G came in for the next 6-7 weeks, steadied the ship. We was on our way. Then he gets hurt. Brock Purdy comes in, picks up right where Jimmy G left off. We go to the NFC Championship game instantly. It wasn't he need to learn the system and he need to learn how to play the quarterback position, the NFL. Like, it wasn't none of that. He picked up, bam. Then what happened the next year? To the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I'm saying? To me, that shows right there that, you know what I'm saying, Brock Purdy, like, that's not just a coincidence. And it's not just because of the weapons, because the only 2 quarterbacks that have been successful under Kyle Shanahan is Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy. They haven't been the only 2 quarterbacks. CJ Beathard, Trey Lance, what was that other bum ass motherfucker we had? We had Brian Hoyer at the beginning, and there was somebody else that was playing around that CJ Beathard time. But it's been a few quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, to me, Brock Purdy, to me, is at least he's proven that, and he got to have another bad year to be at least a top 10 quarterback. And he gonna get paid like it too. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You got motherfucking what's that boy name? Trevor Lawrence over there in Jacksonville Jaguar. This nigga making like $53 million a year. Shit, nigga, Brock Purdy gonna get at least like 55 in. Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy done beat him in the playoffs. This boy ain't never been outside ain't never been to a motherfucking NFC Championship game. This man getting paid $60 million a year. You feel me? So man, all the quarterbacks that's like the top 5 quarterbacks in the league, them niggas ain't doing shit. Tua Tagovailoa, this motherfucker got head issues. You know what I'm saying? They still pay him, he get paid. So Brock Purdy finna get paid. Period, point blank. You can't not pay him. You know what I'm saying? But that's enough on that. I got off on a tangent on that. Cool Raptor said, Jason, can you be a coach for the 49ers? No. I mean, maybe. I don't know how good I would be. Now, if you want to sit there and ask me, can I do a better job than Kyle Shanahan? No, that's fucking ludicrous. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody out here, all you fans out here, bro, that think y'all know more than the coaches, y'all don't. Y'all don't. And if you do, you're stupid as fuck. You don't know more than the coaches, bro. You don't know more than Steve Kerr. You don't know more than Kyle Shanahan. Whoever the coach is for your team, you don't know more than him either. Y'all fans got to stop doing this shit, bro. Calling in and talking about these coaches, acting like y'all know more than them and shit. You don't know more than them, bro. You don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers put in like hours, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, doing this shit. Respect a motherfucker craft. Y'all motherfuckers don't respect shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand, because as fans, we look at these coaches and players, we look at them like action figures. We don't look at them as like real people. It's just like, he ain't doing a job, get him out of here. This and that, blah, blah. Like, bro, it don't matter how bad of a job he doing. You still don't know more than him. So, you know what I mean? We can laugh and joke about it. Oh, I can do a better job than this nigga and blah, 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 blah. No, you can't. No, you can't. You will fucking run that whole fucking franchise into the fucking ground, nigga. If your ass was the fucking coach, you would know the first motherfucking thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to stop that shit. You feel me? The common hype beast said, boy, you don't know what you're talking about. What I don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, boy. Nigga said Steph Curry better than Jordan. What are you talking about? Y'all be sounding like straight buffoons, man. KD needs to go back to the Warriors. We don't want him. We don't want him. We don't want him. Man, okay, KC all day, baby. KC is the new. But nah, man. Go to the NFC. CMC made Purdy's job a lot easier. Definitely. He's supposed to, but that's how it's supposed to be. Like, bro, it's not, you want to have as many good players as possible. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like we every time a team loses, we want to who to blame for this and that and blah 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 blah. Like, this is how I know. Like, most NFL fans, if you tell them to watch a particular play and ask them what is exactly going on in this play, like what everybody is doing, they can't fucking tell you. They can't fucking tell you. They don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm a very knowledgeable sport fan. I don't know everything I don't know all them fucking, all that shit they be doing out there. I know what's going on the field. I'm saying, if you was to ask me, okay, what I know a certain amount of routes. I know what a slant route is, an out route, a curl, a hit. Like, I know what shit is, but I'm talking about like certain things. If you tell me to look at the offensive line and say this guard or this tackle, what is he doing on this play? I don't know what the fuck this nigga doing. I don't know. And most of y'all don't know either. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That's why it'd be funny to me, bro, to hear y'all motherfuckers act like y'all know more. But, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, CMC is supposed to make the job easier for Brock Purdy. Just like Brock Purdy is supposed to make the job easier for CMC. This the last thing I'm going to say about Brock Purdy, and I'm finna get off this. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm finna shut down this live, too, because it's getting late. You feel me? This is the last thing I'm going to say about Brock Purdy, because they want to always talk about, oh, it's only because of his weapons. Okay, well, if it's only because of the weapons, why the fuck, when he got injured in the NFC Championship game in the first drive, why after that couldn't the team function no more? Brock Purdy wasn't there no more. But you know who was still there? Christian McCaffrey was still there. George Kittle was still there. Deebo Samuel was still there. Trent Williams was still there. Brandon Ayuk was still there. Fred Warner was still there. Dre Greenlaw was still there. I'm just saying. They had all of these great players that were, Nick Bosa was still there. They had all of these great players that was still there on the field. Yet the team couldn't function without Brock Purdy. Explain that. If it's all about the weapons. If it's all about the weapons. Fuck out of here, bro. Like, to me, if you ask me, I would rather have Brock Purdy over Christian McCaffrey. If you tell me you got to pick between Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey, I'm taking Brock Purdy. He's the fucking quarterback. I'm sorry. I understand. I know what Christian McCaffrey is. He's one of the top running backs in the league, MVP candidate, all that. All that. The quarterback is more important than the running back. I'm sorry. And on top of that, in Kyle Shanahan's offense, he has proven that he know how to do something with running back. He don't have to have a Christian McCaffrey. He's done a lot with less. Raheem Mostert. I can keep going down the line. So if for me, now I wouldn't say that if I didn't think that Brock Purdy was a good quarterback. I'm saying that because I think Brock Purdy is a good quarterback, and I don't think it's just his weapons that makes him good. I don't think that. I've watched him. You know what I'm saying? I think he's good on his own. Having great weapons makes him look even better, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If it's all about if you could just throw anybody up in there and Brock Purdy ain't shit and it's all about the weapons, why in the NFC Championship game against the Eagles in 2023 when Brock Purdy got hurt on that first drive, the 49ers offense couldn't do shit no more. But they had all of these other all-pros that were still healthy and out there, but they couldn't do nothing. So I'm just saying, explain that to me, man. I'm just saying, bro, like y'all gotta stop this shit, man. Y'all gotta stop this shit. You feel me? When somebody like Brock Purdy comes into the league and you don't just go to the fucking NFC Championship and the Super Bowl and that's just a fluke. You nah, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers that's been out here 10, 11, 12 years ain't never been to a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So, but man, listen, Brady is a whole different. Don't even put Brady in this. We all know what Tom Brady is. That's a whole different beast right there. You know what I'm saying? So Brady is just different. Purdy ain't Brady. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You feel me? So Brady on a whole different. That's something else. You know what I'm saying? That's just different. That's way different. You know what I'm saying? That's all types of different right there. You feel me? But yeah, nah, man. Right on everybody though for tapping in on this live. You know what I'm saying? You understand me? I'm finna get up off here, man. I'm gonna come back tomorrow though. I'm gonna preview the second round. You feel me? I just wanted to, get up on here and talk about that tonight, man. The Warriors went on ahead, man, and secured Game 7. Moving on to the second round to play against the Timberwolves. So I'm gonna do another episode, man, where tomorrow where I preview the second round and give all my picks and all that. So everybody, man, hopefully y'all tap in tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with your boy. I love all y'all. It's good banter back and forth. It's sports talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's good back and forth banter, sports talk. I love all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Snacks on Sports. I'll be back with another one. I'm gone. Osmosis Warriors Wolves prediction. I'm gonna give it tomorrow.